The Warden is the strongest mob in Minecraft, one that can kill you in mere seconds if you're not careful. In fact, if you have full netherite protection 4 armor, it will still kill you in only 3 hits. And I somehow have to kill this monster with no weapon. I loaded into a new world and started my adventure. Luckily there was a village at spawn, so I used that as an opportunity to stack up. While I was gathering resources, I was thinking about how I could possibly even kill the Warden. Here's stage 1 of my plan. Before killing the Warden, I decided to speedrun the game. The main reason I wanted to go to the end and kill the end dragon was because after you kill the end dragon, you can go to these things called end cities. And at end cities, you can get things like the elytra, super OP loot, and shulker boxes. And all 3 of these things would be super helpful for me to kill the Warden. But before going to Nether, I decided I wanted to gear up just a little bit more. So that was exactly what I did. Oh! I came back up to the surface, enchanted my arms, and finally moved on to the Nether. My Nether spawn was pretty good as I spawned right next to a fortress, so I used that opportunity to get as many blazes as possible. Oh, okay, bet. That's more than enough for me to go. However, my luck at finding a bastion wasn't the greatest. Finally, I had found a bastion, so I traded for my pearls and quickly left. I eventually made it back to the portal. Then when I got in the Overworld, I threw my eye vendor to locate the stronghold. When most people get to the stronghold, they just look for the portal room and fill that in. However, I was also looking for the library, because the library contains tons of bookshelves, which I could break and use for my own enchantment setup. So I found the stronghold, stole a few hundred books from the library, and that officially filled out the portal and entered the end. The end fight was an absolute breeze, and that was because I had traded not only with villagers, but with piglins as well, and so I had so many arrows that I could use to kill the dragon. After killing the ender dragon without even struggling, I picked up all of its 68 levels of XP and teleported myself to the end islands in search of an end city. Yes sir, let's go. Now finding an end city can be super difficult, especially finding one with an end ship, but I got pretty lucky. Yes. I was minding my business looting the end city when I found this. Alright, let's go get my leech. I'm so excited for this. Wait, what? Subscribe? Wait, is this sign telling you guys to subscribe? I mean, please do it anyways. This took hours to make, so if you enjoyed the video, then please subscribe. In reality, I killed shulkers, looted chests, got an elytra, went to a second end city, killed more shulkers, looted more chests, and got a second elytra, and then went home. Now back at home, I used my max enchantment setup to enchant my items and make them super OP. That's a lot better. At this point, I felt ready, so I started to execute stage 2 of my plan. For stage 2 of my plan, I kind of want to gather tons of totems for very obvious reasons. And you guys might be wondering, how do you gather tons of totems? Well, by using this. A raid farm. Now I'll be using the design created by LastLife Farms, I think I pronounced the name correct, but he has the most simple raid farm design I've ever seen, and I'll be using that for this video. And I'll leave the link in the description for anyone that wants to use this tutorial. I had spent some time looking for the perfect spot to build this farm, and once I found the perfect spot, I started building the farm. And after one test run of using the farm, I got 5 totems, giving me 5 extra lives to kill the Warden. And oh yeah, did I tell you I only get 1 life to kill the Warden? That made this challenge so much more difficult. And now that I've completed the raid farm, it was time for me to execute the final stage of my plan. Now that we got a raid farm to work, I feel like I'm working a creeper farm now. I need to build a gunpowder farm because the main method I would use to kill the Warden is by bombing him with tons of TNT. And because the Warden has so much health, I'll need to build a pretty efficient gunpowder farm if I wanted to kill him. And once I had gathered all the materials I needed to build the farm, alright, now that I got all the items I need for this farm, let's start building it. I'll be using a creeper farm designed by HermitCraft because not only is it catless, but it also produces tons of gunpowder, enough for me to kill the Warden with. A link will be in the description for anyone that wants to use this farm as well. Anyways, enjoy the time lapse. After building the farm, I AFK'd there to see how much gunpowder I would actually make. And after around 2 hours, I got this much gunpowder. And after gathering all the sand I needed in order to craft all the gunpowder into TNT, I had crafted almost 4 stacks of TNT, which was definitely enough for me to kill the Warden. Now all that stood between me and the Warden was just a Skulk Sensor and a Skulk Shrieker, but actually summoning the Warden was very difficult. I got the Skulk Sensor and Skulk Shrieker, and then I took it up to land and tried to summon the Warden there, but for some reason or another it wouldn't summon there. So I dismantled it and took it down to a deep dark. I cleared out some space and tried to summon the Warden, but it still wouldn't summon. At this point I thought there was something up with my game, and so I had to use other means to summon him. And after some preparation, I felt ready to fight the Warden. Oh god. How is he seeing me, bro? What? Okay, I need to tower up super fast. I need to tower up, I need to tower up, I need to tower up, I need to tower up. I need to. I literally need to, bro. I need to. After spending more than 8 hours on trying to kill a single Minecraft mob, I had finally killed him. I just killed the Warden! I definitely did not over-prepare. I thought I was over-preparing a ton. I don't see anyone killing him with no armor.